What is up, YouTube? Clayton Yates here. First of all, thanks for checking out another one of my videos. The channel is growing tremendously and I only have you guys to thank for that. Today, this video is about selling your car for max dollar. Just as the title says, get the most money you can for your car, but at the same time, you gotta make sure you don't rip somebody off. You gotta make sure the car is actually worth it. So I have some tips here that I put together to help you guys whenever you go to sell your car. What I'm saying is there are ways to get a little bit more for your car if you're willing to spend a little bit of extra time. The first thing I do is I go through and I make a list of problem areas. So stuff such as wear items. Obviously wear items are part of buying a used car, but is there something that has excessive wear or that's a problem that looks bad? If there are problem areas, don't be shy to go ahead and list those areas. This list is for yourself, so these are things that you need to know about your car that potential buyers, if they're serious and it's priced high, they're gonna notice these items anyways. So go ahead and make a list of these items. Again, this list is for your use at this point. What I do on this list, like I said, is I list wear items, I list problem areas with the car. Is it leaking anything? Does it have excessive wear on any of the seats? Are the floor mats in good shape? How many door dings does it have? Where are the door dings? After I have this list compiled, then I go through and on that list, I mark down what are the quick, easy fixes? What little things can I take care of at this point? The reason why you want to take care of these quick, easy, cheap fixes right away is because it gives you more room to bargain whenever you get to say an issue that you weren't able to fix. You can tell the buyer, hey, this item right here I didn't fix on the car. This is the reason why. Here are the things I did fix. So yeah, it just gives you more bargaining room and it makes the car worth more. Something little such as making sure the inside of the wheels are clean, cleaning out the fender wells, cleaning underneath the car a little bit, stuff like that can really add up. So yeah, I go through and make that list, go ahead and mark those items down that are quick and easy and fix those items. So for say this car, it has a couple door dings and I went ahead and I got a price quote on fixing those door dings. Luckily there's a really good place here that does it and he charges about 70 bucks a panel. This door's got a few little door dings. They're kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna go ahead and get those fixed because it's only 70 bucks. And to have a car this old with this good of paint, I mean the paint is, it's like perfect. I can buff this car out to almost perfect. And that's pretty impressive. It's the original paint, so it's worth fixing there in that instance. So yeah, go through, make that list, fix those quick, easy items, and then in addition, make sure you note any major problem areas. So if it's leaking something, you need to decide, is it worth fixing? Am I listing the car for a lot of money, more than other cars that don't have similar issues? If so, then yeah, you're gonna have to fix that issue. So now you're moving on to the bigger issues. You got the cheap, easy fix stuff done, or you already have a plan for what you're gonna do, and now you have the bigger issues that you need to look at, and how are you gonna handle those? So first of all, if a repair costs you $1,200, but it only adds $500 worth of value to the car, is it worth it? Sometimes the quick, easy answer is yes, it can be worth it because you already got the car kind of listed high, and if you don't do it, then you're gonna have to bring the price down. So that's something you're gonna have to weigh the options. Do a little math here. You know, sit down and even if it's off by, you know, hundreds of dollars, go ahead and say this repair is probably gonna cost me about this, or go ahead and get a quote for the repair, parts if you're doing the labor yourself, and decide, is it worth it, your time. I mean, you got a lot of things you need to factor in here that I can't tell you, yes, you need to fix it, or no, you don't. But sometimes it can make the car that much easier to sell if major issues are fixed. Now, if the car runs, everything works fine, then you don't need to go through and waste a bunch of time, you know, fixing stuff like the brakes squill a little bit whenever you start to decel, or whenever you start to get on the brakes at like low speed. A lot of this stuff can be chalked up to normal wear and tear. And this is what buyers expect whenever they go to buy a used car. So second of all, after you have your list stuff done, so you got the cheap, easy, quick fixes, you have the major issues, you've decided which ones you're gonna fix, which one you're not, then the next step is cleaning the hell out of the car. I mean, clean it so damn good that it's better than any time you've ever owned it. If you've kept the car clean during your time of ownership, obviously this is gonna make it a lot easier. Clean the inside of the wheel wells. If you need to, spray some like rubberized undercoating in there. Make stuff look as good as possible, and this stuff can be done on the cheap. I do have to warn you though, doing all this stuff to your car can make it hard to sell. I've really got this thing in great shape right now. I still got to put some tires on it, but that's about it. Everything's running perfect, and I'm thinking, man, why am I selling this thing now? It's better now than it's ever been. But you know, that's what you got to do to get max dollar. So fair warning there, you can want to keep your car, and hey, maybe that'll save you some more money in the long run. But yeah, go ahead and do those small things. Clean it really good, clean the interior really, really well, you know, the wheels. And then the next thing you have to do is you have to keep it clean until it sells. But what I do after my first best cleaning that I do on the car, I go out and I find somewhere like this. This is one of my favorite locations out here in Mexico. And I find somewhere like this and I take pictures of the car, get a good backdrop, really make it stand out. Make sure you get pictures from every single angle. Obviously, most cars that are sold today are sold online. You have Craigslist, here you have like KSL. You have all the Facebook pages. You got to be careful with those because you're going to get a lot of people that are living in different areas. They're going to say, that car's not worth that, or dude, you could sell that thing for more. So you got to be prepared for the comments. Really, it's best just to ignore the comments unless it's somebody asking about the car. But list it in as many places as you can. So you got all your good pictures. Pick the best ones and put them on, but you do need to show every angle of the car. And think like you're the buyer. So if you're coming to look at this car and you show up and you've said, this car is perfect, and the first thing you do is you walk up and it's got a big dent on the side, you're automatically gonna think, this guy's a liar, he's already trying to pull one over on me. So go ahead and tell them about everything to the best of your knowledge. Obviously, you don't need to say the brakes are at 330 seconds or whatever, you know, stuff like that, but do go ahead and, you know, tell them all of the major things, all the stuff you know about the car. Have your paperwork with you, so go ahead and make sure you have all the receipts you've ever had with the car, a file. I actually take a picture of all my receipts because they're rather impressive. Big, huge pile. Any paperwork I have on the car, if it's modified, dyno sheets, you know, stuff like that, I take a picture of them, I put them in the listing. That lets the buyer know, hey, this guy's serious about taking care of this car. He's put a lot of money into it, and this may be a good car for me to get. So things like that can really help you. Make sure you're honest with the potential buyers. Whenever they show up, don't have in your mind, hey, I need to hide this, I need to do that. If they like the car and it's nice, they may not buy it right then because they're just starting, but they're gonna go look at other cars and they're gonna say, man, that first car I looked at, or your car whenever they looked at it, is a lot nicer than I thought it was compared to what else is out there. So be honest with them. Be willing to negotiate a little bit. This right here is probably, I guess it would be the fourth tip by now. I really didn't do too good at numbering, but so the fourth tip would be, whenever you're listing the price, I usually put in the description, this is the price I'm selling the car for. If you want to make an offer, then you're welcome to make an offer, but don't lowball me because I'm not even going to reply to you. Don't throw me a price before you've even come looked at the car. You're wasting my time and yours. Whenever I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I'll say, hey, you know what? I'm asking $15,500 for this car. That's what I'm looking to get out of it. You're welcome to come take a look at the car, and if you want to shoot me an offer at that time, we can talk about it. And you know, that's your time to negotiate. Wait until you're there. Wait until you have your car all cleaned up. You're with your car. You have a lot more bargaining power at that point because they're invested. They're looking at it. They've already came, you know, they've already driven it. They like it. Maybe they don't like it and they're going to leave. But yeah, make sure you have your bargaining chips at the right point. Don't try to do it over the phone. They know nothing about the car yet at this point. All they've seen is photos and your description. But yeah, they're, you know, some quick, easy, simple tips. I'm going to go ahead and list all those tips here in order here at the end of the video. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate your support. The channel is growing way faster than I thought it would. I never expected all of these subscribers and views and stuff like that. I really thought I'd have 150 subscribers and 120 views per video compared to what other people have out there. So I really appreciate your guys' support. Hopefully I'm doing a decent job for you guys. I hope you're learning something, and I hope you check out my other videos. Anyways, thanks guys. See you next time.